Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Yes, Frieza-sama. Here we go. Here we go. It is time. It is a live watch party. So, welcome in, everyone. If you saw, I put out a video this week on Squid Game, so I figured let's talk just a little bit about Squid Game. What we'll do is we'll maybe have a little fun. We'll compare characters. Watch Party fan page. Hello, thank you. We'll compare characters from Squid Game to Cobra Kai, just for like a little fun. This would entail spoilers for Squid Game if you haven't seen it yet. It's kind of an interesting show. I recommend it. So we'll talk a little bit just for a little bit of fun. I think some people have seen it. There's apparently like 111 million people have seen Squid Game, so hopefully no one will be spoiled. But it'll just be a little fun, something for today. And since I wanted to make a video or two on this, Terry Silver, what a crossover! Yeah. They both have that glee in their eyes, don't they? Chillwell season. Hi, back to you. What Cobra Kai character do you think would win the Squid Game? That's an interesting question, because I definitely think, I feel like Kreese and Terry Silver just have the audacity, the no mercy. They will do whatever they can to win. But obviously Squid Game has a lot of luck in it and a lot of interesting skill, luck. Encino Hills, who are you talking to? I'm talking to all of you. Miyagi, because he's wise and controlled. One is happy, one is ready for war. Very true, very true. So we'll just have a little fun here. And then, if you guys want to just do some Cobra Kai talk at the end, we can definitely do this. Sam would lose first. Well, in order to survive the first game, you got to be able to keep your cool when everyone goes crazy. Hello. I'm Ethan. So I started here. So here's obviously Il Nam, the classic shot here. Miyagi wouldn't participate. I don't think he would. Unless he's a bit of a gambler. So who from the Karate Kid universe do we most associate with Il Nam? Any suggestions in the chat? Who do you think is like most like him? Who would you put? Dimitri would lose. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Gi-hun. Oh my God. Did I say? I said Il Nam. Yes. Gi-hun. Thank you, Frieza. Yes. I got the characters mixed up. Yes. This is Gi-hun. I'm sorry. Who is most like Gi-hun here? Ethan, official trailer for season 4. I expect in early December. Miguel or Robbie? I think Dimitri. Wait, no, Lawrence. Actually, those are all good guesses. I like those. Johnny or Daniel. Johnny. So I went with my own. Never watched the show. Okay. There may be a little bit of spoilers in it, but it's okay if you want to stay. We won't spoil everything, but we'll just talk a little bit. I think Gi-hun is most like Daniel. Very happy, but also, he to the end, he sticks to his morals. So he sticks to his morals. And I think Daniel's kind of like that. Daniel waves a little bit. Gi-hun waves a little bit, but in the end, Daniel is the most who sticks to his morals. So that was my own thinking. Gi-hun was most like Daniel. So like, I think they're very similar like that. Good people. I don't necessarily think, Daniel's obviously very rich. He won't be in debt. But guess based on appearance, Casino Hills. That's a very good one. But I definitely think in terms of like always trying to do the right thing, even at the very end. Looks like Kyler, but younger. Yeah. So that's what I thought. Here, let's go on for the next one. Okay, so Sang-woo. So who from Cobra Kai Karate Kid universe do you think is most closely resembles Sang-woo? Kreese is like Sang-woo. Kreese. Okay, so you think Kreese is like him. Okay. What is it about either of him or Kreese that makes you think they're similar? Frieza-sama. Dimitri or Burke getting out first. Yeah, I think that they would go in the first round too. Sang-woo. Hawk. I like that. I think Hawk is a good guess. Does what he has to in order to win. Miguel's dad. He's Hawk. Kind of going evil. I like Hawk. I like that's a good guess. I think Kreese is a good guess. My own I said Johnny. Because I thought, in the end, Johnny was willing to sweep the leg, even if he didn't necessarily want to. But he's kind of like a good guy, but is willing to sweep the leg. I think Hawk is a good guess too, though. I like the way Hawk, starts out good, but is then willing to go all out to just win. So maybe Hawk is even better than Johnny guess. I was thinking Johnny. I was trying to get Daniel and Johnny in here, but I think Hawk is good. Good guess for Sang-woo too. Yes, they are making cringe content about the show, but I guarantee you, the few videos I make will not be cringe. I don't make cringe content of anything. Hawk or Johnny. Yeah. Tristan, I agree with that because, I was thinking like Johnny would ultimately willingly sweep the leg. He would do what he had to win, even if he didn't necessarily like it. And that's sort of the connection I made with Sang-woo. Like, in the end, he realized he would have to do things he didn't necessarily want to do to win. And so that's sort of the connection I made between the two of them. But definitely Hawk is very similar, in the same connection. They have a similar storyline like that. So, it's serious debate here. Yes, very serious, guys. Very serious. Okay, so the next one. The show got popular in a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's been out like a month, I guess, or something from what I know. And it's 111 million viewers worldwide. It's a heck of a lot. Yes, I did see the new Batman trailer. I even left a comment on it. It is definitely looks pretty great. I was very skeptical about Robert Pattinson. I'm actually a little still, but the movie definitely looks like it's got a good good potential. The potential is for sure there. Sang-woo kind of enjoyed it though. I don't know. I don't think Sang-woo enjoyed it. I don't remember that. Like, and I remember him even talking to Ilnam. I just kind of did what I had to do because, we're all killers here. Sam could be Sang-woo. I mean, Sang-woo up and killed a few people because he had to. I don't necessarily see Sam doing that. The cookie challenge is so popular now. It is. So the next one. Player 67. Sae-byeok is her name. So I thought this was an interesting one. She's the one from North Korea. So who do you think most closely resembles her? Some people have actually left comments. They requested I make a video, like an analysis just on her character. Kind of some people really gravitate towards her, really like her. More hyped for Spider-Man. Yeah, the return of the former Spider-Man. Encino Hills, Tori, Watch Party fan page. Tori. Him laughing. I would have to rewatch that. I don't remember Lucifer Morningstar. I don't remember him laughing when he did that. I think he was more frustrated. And I did not watch the DC fandom event. I saw the trailer on YouTube shortly after it dropped. Robert Pattinson being the best Batman. He is a good actor. I don't quite know he has the gravitas, at least compared to Christian Bale. So we'll see. I'm gonna wait. A mix between Tori and Sam. That's definitely a good idea. Tori. So Tristan says Tori. Robbie, they had rough childhoods and backgrounds. I think that's a good guess. I would say that's a good one. Robbie. So we have 6 versions of Batman. Yeah, we do. So anyway, my thinking for her, Sae-byeok, is I think she's actually a mix of these two, Tori and Aisha. So she has the rough childhood. She lost a parent, kind of like Tori. But I think like she's weak the way sort of Aisha got picked on or something. While Aisha grew up rich and everything, she was kind of bullied and picked on. And I feel like this is a little bit like her, ultimately she even gets killed in the night. And so I feel like she's a little bit of a mix of these two. A lot of Tori, but she doesn't have like Tori's aggressive rage and attacking, whatever. She's not like that. She has more of the calm sense of Aisha. And Aisha joined to sort of be able to fight back. So I feel like that's sort of a mix of these two. That voice. Yeah, Tristan, I about Christian Bale's voice, I agree. I blame Nolan for that partially too. I think it was the directing. She would be Tori. I feel like people are ruining Hawk's character, but all these people are saying he can like solo Johnny and Chris stuff. It's very annoying and ruin his character. They don't ruin it. They just have their own weird ideas. So don't worry about that. Watch Party fan page. The new girl? I don't know, but we don't know enough about the new girl. Encino Hills, they weren't selling their house for private school. They were selling their house to just get away from the area. They were like, well, if there's gang fights, we're just going to leave the area. But, in Miguel's own words, she's loaded. So they're pretty rich. That's because of the school fight. Yeah. So that was my thinking on her between these two. Hero Gotham deserves. Okay, so I next brought up next one, the front man. So, I'm Ethan Ben Affleck's Batman. It was definitely better than I expected. I might have actually been interested to see how a full movie, if he had gotten a full movie. I think a lot of people agreed. Like, you didn't know what to expect, or you didn't expect much, and then Ben Affleck was actually better than you expected. Jermaine, Aisha could come back. I feel there's more to do with her character. I agree. A lot of people agree. We'll just have to wait and see. Ben Affleck's your favorite. So who is like the front man? Terry Silver. Encino Hills, Terry Silver in analytical studies. Interesting YouTube name, Analytical Studies, by the way. Terry Silver is the front man. Terry, a lot of people voting for Terry. He was so cool. Definitely weird seeing Batman gunning people down. Yeah. Creaser Terry. You like Batman versus Superman. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people felt like Ben Affleck did good in that movie, even if the movie itself was a little bit of a letdown. A mix between Terry and Kreese. Did I? Oh, okay. I put the wrong one. Okay. Oh, shoot. Anyway, so for the frontman, what I put is Chosen. So I feel like, in a sort of weird way, Chosen was like the antagonist fighter. It's sort of the way the frontman was once a contestant, and then now Chosen kind of came back and redeemed himself. So while it's a different concept, because Chosen was on one side and came to the other side, I sort of see a similar arc that the frontman went from competing to kind of running the game, sort of the way Chosen went from like fighting Daniel on one side and then kind of then joining with Daniel and teaching him. Yeah, someone else's Superman, but you know, it's a part they've recast so many times, so let me see real quick here. Sorry. Okay. Chosen. Okay, so Chosen, that's who I put. I felt like they have like a similar arc in some ways. So Chosen, frontman is from Snake Eyes. Oh, is that? I didn't see that movie that just came out. Didn't it come out just a couple months ago? I didn't see it. Carla. Hey, Carla. Well, we're just having a little fun talking, comparing characters from Squid Game to characters from Cobra Kai. Sort of, I made this the topic for this week just because I made a Squid Games video, and I may make one more. I think I want to make that strategy guide. I'm hoping people see it and like it, so we'll see. So, welcome in, Carla. Yes, he's an actor in it. Yeah, so, yeah, the front man, I guess, was in the G.I. Joe movie. So that's good. Okay. And I had him, like, Chosen. So now him. Who from Miyagi-verse Deok-su, right? This is Deok-su. I want to make sure I get his name right. Yeah, Deok-su. This is, okay, Deok-su. So who would you think is most like him? He's sort of the rough guy, the thug. Oh, Carla. Okay, it's your mom's account. Well, okay, I only read the name there, but I'll make sure I know that. Try to remember that. Kyler, maybe Mark Barnes, but it could go either way. Cop is like Daniel a little bit. Yeah, I actually didn't include him in this while I was putting it together. He slipped. Barnes, very aggressive, no chill. Hawk, Kyler. Yeah, there's definitely a theme in what everyone's guessing here. Hawk, Kyler, kind of we're looking at sort of the people who go dark or bullies or whatever. Barnes or Kyler. Yeah, so that's who I picked too, Mike Barnes. So kind of like him and Barnes. I feel like they're very similar. You could almost just see, like, if you put Mike Barnes in the Squid Game, like in this role. Like it would almost seem like it would go exactly the same. Heck, Mike Barnes may be even a little bit more aggressive because he knows karate. He's not just a thug, but definitely Mike Barnes is who I put. Allie's so dumb and gullible. So, yeah, so Deok-su's like Mike Barnes. Let's see here, where are we? Okay. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So who is kind of like Il-nam? So who do we think is like Il-nam here? My guess may be obvious. Barnes. Okay. Kreese is like Il-nam. Morris Kyler. He actually enjoys being that thug, but Mike was paid and maybe threatened by Terry. Sid. Sid's an interesting choice. He's a mastermind like Kreese, Miyagi, Johnny's old relative. Yeah, Sid. He lends money out. Yeah, Sid was in entertainment. He ran a television studio. Oh, Ethan, I have not seen Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I did not see the Venom movie. All I have to do is look at the thumbnail. Yeah. I think Sid is definitely a good one. I like Sid. I mean, I put Terry Silver. I think Terry Silver is sort of similar, just the glee in Terry's face, you know, and I was always like, the glee, look at how happy he is. Or 200 people just got killed and he's kind of like enjoying himself. Everyone else is like, oh my God, and he's kind of like enjoying himself. And that's kind of like reminds me of Terry Silver, sort of that glee in just terrorizing people or whatever and fighting. Plus they're both super rich, right? So they're both really rich. Tristan, I don't, I wouldn't, while I wouldn't call it a masterpiece yet, I don't think it's overrated. It's definitely really interesting. It's not something you expect. So it's worth checking out. The first episode, it's like, whoa, okay. So like, it's like the first episode, it's like, whoa. I actually watched the first episode over 2 nights because I was like tired. I started watching it and I watched half and then I watched the second half. And when I saw the second, I was like, oh, wow, this isn't going in the direction I thought it was going to go. It's a lot of commentary about society or something, definitely rooted in South Korea. But, it's very clearly resonates with people across the world. So Sid loves agonizing Johnny. Yeah, he's just someone who's kind of a little bit casually cruel, like loves pointing out people's flaws or whatever. I did not see No Time to Die. I know someone who saw it, and big Bond fan, and didn't like it. But so that's why I see the connection between these two. But who do you think the VIPs are like? This one's kind of like a general, like, because I was thinking that Frieza culture originality heart. That's a good 1, 2, 3 there. Frieza Sema. So yes, Tristan Ed Asner was great in that role. So the VIPs in this show, Sid, definitely, you can almost see or imagine Sid would be one of these people. But Cobra Kai henchman Terry. Encino Hill says Terry. So yeah, definitely good guesses. What does everyone think? Okay. Well, maybe Kreese, Terry Silver, Frieza's. Okay. Actually, I sort of said the same thing. I actually just imagined these two just kind of like laughing and enjoying. Like, so it's like them combined. You know, the VIPs are like them combined. Who just kind of want to almost as much want to enjoy the show as anything. Even though they're the ones putting on the show, they want to enjoy it for themselves. Theman, crazy excited for season 3, but at like 20% less for season 4. New Spider-Man. You're not alone. I think overall the excitement for season 4 is less than it was for season 3. I can, from a lot of things, but we'll see. Don't understand why people are obsessed with Squid Game. Just because Cobra Kai, it's just like a different show. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and it like kind of shocks you and grips you, and so then you're kind of getting involved in the human element. Kind of the same way Game of Thrones did when it first started, not how it ended, but when it first started, it kind of like gripped people like, whoa, the guy who owns the Cobra Kai dojo. I don't necessarily think the VIPs are like Armin. I don't think Armin's quite like that. He's kind of like a shrewdy businessman, but he wouldn't like put people through the Squid Game. People make it cringe. Yeah, if you feel like people are going over about it and it's a little cringy, then just, hold back. You can just watch my video. I think it's very straightforward and a good one. And I may make one more, but Tori is winning the All Valley. She may. She may. Also about the VIPs, I was going to say, like, if you look at the VIPs, like how they are, the extravagance. So like, what is this? What is the closest to Cobra Kai, whatever, that this reminds you of? And honestly, I was just like, obviously it's Terry Silver. I mean, it's the closest we get. Like having a meeting in his hot tub with his secretary or whatever, taking phone calls and going into things. So, let's see. More excited for Spider-Man because of on-time pop culture superheroes. Tristan, you're not wrong. Spider-Man may be the most popular superhero. Plus, I think bringing in the past Spider-Mans and stuff sounds really interesting. That's the only thing that's connecting to me, because I am curious to see Tobey Maguire back, and we already saw Doc Ock. So like that's kind of really kind of interesting to see that. Do you think Johnny will reclaim the Cobra Kai dojo and make Cobra Kai his way again and into season 4 or somewhere in season 5? Season 5. I don't think this will be the end of season 4 at the moment. The less excited I am for season 4, the easier it will be to exceed my expectations. Excited, but the new characters are a bit much. I only like Devin and Kenny. Well, Devin and Kenny are the new characters. I'm not sure, fan page, if you're referring to someone else, but it's all leading up to Tori and Sam. We know there is a season 5, so either Tori wins or Silva takes over, but it's finally her time to beat Sam. So, very true. Ecstasy. I've put out my own theories because I think there's going to be 2 brackets. But I do think we'll get a Tori versus Sam because I just don't see how they avoid it. Even though we've had it twice already, I think we'll get one more. Spider-Man is a fave. I'm more excited for season 4 of Cobra Kai than I was for season 3 because I was kind of dying down on 3 because it came out 2 years after season 2. Well, it was a little over a year and a half, but yes, not like a year and 7.5 months later, but let's hope season 4 builds excitement. I definitely like him more than Tom now, Tristan. I'm not sure who you meant. More naturally talented, Hawk or Tori? I would say they're probably pretty even. Maybe a little Hawk, but honestly, probably about even. Or is about as even as they would get in terms of talent for who they are. Why exactly did Kreese call and needed Terry? Because he's rich, or he just needed help training students? Ethan, the second, I don't think it's about necessarily the money. It's that he got put down and he's going to just need to call in all the reinforcements he can for the All Valley because he can't lose. So he'll do what he can to win, obviously. So it's not about the money. The money may come up. You know, Terry Silver will be like, you know, I'll just cover the rent. Forget it. You focus on training. But it's definitely just to help run the dojo. I mean, the other ones, like the ones who are posting these pictures that look like they're from a school yearbook saying they will be in Cobra Kai. I'm sorry, Watch Party fan page. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Will Johnny propose to Carmen at end of season 4, marry her at end of season 5? John Wells, that's actually not a bad theory. I feel like something like that may happen in the show at some point. It could be season 5 and season 6 instead, but it's certainly in the cards. If it was just Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, I wouldn't be as hyped for the movie as I am because Tom is my least favorite Spider-Man portrayal. I'm okay with him, but I guess I am partial to Tobey Maguire, but it's hard for me to say what's the best. If Miyagi Fang loses, Kreese could try to legally make Robbie his son. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, Robbie will be 17 at that time. He doesn't have to legally. I don't see the show going in that direction. Analytical say it's just needless. When she does win, she will give a response to Sam about her only knowing how to fight dirty. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's the first thing that'll be on her mind though. Once she wins, they should make Hawk look more badass. I agree. If it's possible, Hawk should look more badass. Do you even like season 3? I enjoyed season 3, of course. I do think season 3 kind of trails downward in the back half. Various storytelling reasons at a high level, like a structure level, but certainly the first half of season 3 is good, and even in the back half, there's really good moments. Like I really like all the comedy and humor in Miguel Johnny moments in episode 6, but I think the back half kind of goes downward for various reasons. If I don't actually mention it, if you sign up for my Subscribe Star, I have commentaries on the 10 episodes of season 3, and I do cover some of that there. It's for $5 a month on my Subscribe Star. Link in the description somewhere. Well, actually, probably not in this one, but in the other videos, I'll link in the description. Tristan, you didn't think about the show for a while. Okay, yeah, I understand. A lot of people were like that. Silver has skills that the show needs. I agree with that. Oh, Watch Party Fan, you were looking at Instagram accounts for saying they were in Cobra Kai season 4. That is correct, but don't expect them to be necessarily major roles. I mean, these could be people literally in like one scene for 2 lines or 3 lines. So don't worry about that. Don't overthink that stuff. Those are just like one scene characters a lot of times. Kreese is made up better for season 4 and seasons 1 through 3. I think the makeup missed. That's a good point. I definitely think, and maybe I'll get into this, John Wells, at some point, that I feel like just being in Cobra Kai invigorates Kreese. It reinvigorates him. Like, it brings him his vitality back. So it is literally like he's de-aging because he's getting stronger the more he's in Cobra Kai. And so I think the makeup is deliberate. It's deliberate that we see that as the show progresses. Do you think Robbie will get into a relationship with Tori? Ethan, I do. I don't necessarily think it'll be early, but something may happen between them. It just seems likely. But I also think they're probably both going to be on their guard a little bit. That's why I don't think it's episode 2. They're both going to be on their guard because they've both been kind of burned a little bit, right? Tristan, you've been thinking about the show this whole year. Well, that's a great year. And stop by Watch Party. I'll help you out. I really like your old theory that Terry and Kreese will tell Robbie to attack Miguel's back, but Robbie won't and still win. Yes, that is one of the first theories I put out, actually, for season 4 at the beginning of this year, and I still think it's a good one. I agree with you. Do you think Kreese will stay the villain to the end? No, I do not. And I will get back to this in another video because, I predicted Kreese would die in season 3. Obviously, that didn't happen, but I think what I thought season 3 was going to be when I said that is probably going to be season 3 and 4 combined, so maybe at the end of season 4. Do you think New Girl will join Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, or Eagle Fang? I don't have the picture pulled up, but I think in the trailer we have Johnny and Miguel recruiting that girl. So maybe Eagle Fang. Robbie saves Cobra Kai. Yes. I think like episode 2 and 3 were the lower points of the season. That's an interesting take. Episode 3 was definitely kind of like, I don't want to say filler, but transition episode. Not a whole lot happened. I think episode 3, the stakes were so much lower. Like, well, let's raise money for Miguel's surgery. It just kind of felt like low stakes compared to everything else. So episode 3 was kind of a downshift, we'll say. Like if you're driving, it's like a downshift from episode 2 where a lot happened. I agree, but with that, but for me, story-wise, is the back half is where it went. Although episode 3 is kind of just sort of a weaker story overall. Season 2 finale was much better than season 3. I agree for various reasons. story-wise and even choreography-wise, but that's neither here nor there. Who's Hawk bullying that person in the bathroom and why? Is he becoming bad again? Hold on. I'll try to pull that picture up. I'll tell you. If I can find it. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to come back here. This is Kenny. This is Kenny. So it looks like he's in Cobra Kai. This is a new character. We don't really know much about him. I've talked about him in some videos. Make sure you see all my videos. But I don't necessarily think Hawk is becoming bad again. So I think there's some context to this shot we don't know yet. So, like, I don't think Hawk just sees a kid in Cobra Kai and starts attacking him. Maybe something else was going on before we saw this. Oh, I can't. To the right, it's Nate to the right. So, but we know that's going on there. So, Kenny getting his right hand man back. Season 3 had a better ending. Season 2 had a better finale fight. You could definitely say that. Season 2 was more of a cliffhanger than Season 3. Sam looks worried when Miguel and Johnny are training in the teaser. Maybe she doesn't. It could be she doesn't want Miguel to fall or something. Still worried about his injury. So is it possible we get a season 7, or the main actors will move on after 6? John Wells, it'll depend a lot on Netflix. If Netflix puts up the money and the big 3 have a story to tell, there could easily be a season 7. It tends to get expensive though, because this is when they start dumping out big money, but could be. If they put up the money, probably the actors would come around. Ecstasy, I don't like how they are making Tori evil. I liked when it was neutral. Yeah, I've made some videos on Tori, especially in regards to season 3. That kind of more or less had that point. I feel like the writing for Tori is a little bit back and forth, where they're trying to get you to have a little empathy for her or something, but then it kind of goes the other way and it feels off. So I agree with that. We need more scenes of Johnny's TV falling. Yes, but only one scene, only one a season. Episode 3 is weak for all 3 seasons. That could be true. Fire and Ice in season 2 is a short episode. It's noted for Johnny's diner scene with Miguel, which is the strong part of that episode. And so that's a good point. Permangus, have you seen the spoiler leak pics of Eagle Fang students? I've seen all of them. Don't worry about it. Plot twist, they lose or rename their dojo, keep going. Yeah, but that's kind of like a lame technicality. That won't happen. Hawk will try to prevent Kenny from turning evil. I agree with that. Context and nuance, you mean? He was trying to vandalize their dojo. Hawk looks calm. He actually sort of does. You're not even wrong. Like, you can almost, does he look angry? Maybe not. Kenny's the one who looks really furious. So we'll see. That's why I'm very hesitant about that shot. Kenny was bullying Nate and Hawk just stood up for him. That's true. Nate, we saw earlier, can run his mouth a little. Maybe Nate was running his mouth a little. So we'll see. Season 6, if you go on for too long, it starts to get a tiny bit boring. You are not wrong. There's been plenty of shows that kind of overstayed their welcome because the money was there. So, John Hurwitz so far has seemed to make it clear they didn't want to overstay their welcome. They always want to make sure there's a story to tell. So we'll see how it goes. 7 is possible, but we'll see. Remember when people thought Tori was Silver's daughter? Yes. Tori has been related to everyone in the show at some point. So you don't want Cobra Kai going Walking Dead level where the seasons get stale and the more they go on. I know, and I never got into Walking Dead. And now I almost don't want to because now it seems like it's been on so long and it's like, what's the point? Is that show going to end? I guess not. Article that suggested Aisha may reappear. True, but whoever wrote that article doesn't know anything. So it's always just sort of up in the cards. I don't think she'll be in season 4 now. But maybe season 5. There seem to be some hints of a season 5 Aisha appearance. But we can't talk about 5 yet because we don't even have 4. So Terry putting his hair in a ponytail represents his return to Karate Kid 3 state. That is true. That is true. CW Flash is a perfect example of a show has been ruined. That could be. I watched the first season of that and then just kind of stopped. Do you think at the end of season 4, the tournament, Robbie will remember what Daniel taught him or something, and he will let Miguel win, or he will show mercy? Like, you get where I'm going. Okay, but Daniel didn't teach Robbie to lose. He taught him to use defense, let them come at you, and then use that to your advantage. That doesn't mean let the other person win. So he could remember what Daniel taught him and then use that to win. That could be. Tori's parents could be a spinoff. As much as everyone. Okay, subjective cinema. That made me laugh. It's like sort of like they have that What If show on Disney or something. It's like, what if these people were Tori's parents? What if this person was Tori's parents? So it's What If, but every episode is what if this person was related to Tori? Tori related to Sam, yeah. A lot of people, okay, chill, people saying Hawk is a spy. That's just, people just say that because, I don't know, it's weird. It's how people think, and that theory comes up all the time, but it's not the case. No one is spying. Kreese doesn't need to, send Hawk to spy. The actress who plays Aisha has been active on social media. Yes, she has. I think she's going to be at a convention somewhere. I think she just posted that too. Watch party fan page. In your room watching Cobra Kai with a bucket of chicken. Is there any better way to watch Cobra Kai? I've never heard. That's maybe the best so far. Weird romantic feelings for Sam. Tori is weird romantic. No, you're getting into fan fiction territory. And even if some fanfic writers don't like when I say that, but that's essentially what it is. No, there's no romantic feelings for Sam unless you're in fan fiction. So go to Archive of Our Own, look up Cobra Kai. I'm sure you can find fan fiction like that. Robbie is too far gone. I don't think Robbie is too far gone. Certainly Daniel wouldn't. That's a Daniel thought. You know, no one is too far gone. Certainly not the kids anyway. Robbie's a lot better as misunderstood bad boy than Miyagi-Do Robbie. Tristan, I would kind of agree. I liked Robbie a lot more in season 3 than the previous 2 seasons. I really liked his story and his character, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in season 4. Probably more than like Miguel or Miguel and Sam. Like Miguel and Sam, you know how it's going to go, kind of. You know, with Eagle Fang, Miyagi, you kind of know how that's going to go. But I think Robbie's going to be an interesting one. Like I think for me, Robbie's where the interest is going into season 4. Have you trained in karate or martial arts yourself? Ethan, I trained Taekwondo for 4 years when I was younger. I even have a first place sparring trophy here somewhere. Terry will be rusty and he'll need to train. That's why he ties his hair. Maybe, but it's sort of the same way Daniel was rusty. Daniel kind of retrained and was back at it in season 1. The Hawk spy theory makes 0 sense. Yes, every spy theory makes 0 sense. Used to be a brown belt. Good for you. Analytical studies. Robbie is kind of that morally evil kind of villain. Well, now that he's in Cobra Kai, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean, analytical studies. It's really unlikely. When did the latest leaked picture for season 4 come out, and what was that picture about? Ethan, I don't even know. I don't know anything. I'm not sure if you're referring to something specific or not. I can't even keep them straight anymore, so it doesn't even matter. Whose building is Johnny in when he's busting cinder blocks? I imagine it's like the same area where they were training at the junkyard. Something like Johnny just knows people. Or you remember where they were when they did the cement truck training? Like, Johnny knows people. Tristan, Robbie doesn't work as a full-on good gal. He interested me a lot in season 3 because he was on neither side. I would agree with that. Robbie's interesting when he's like treading the middle. When he's trying to be this full-on good guy, it almost feels a little bit fake. Are you a black belt in Taekwondo? I have my red belt. I was really one away from black belt, but then I got involved in other stuff and couldn't keep doing it. Okay, so everyone should pay attention to Watch Party fan page. Mastered a very important skill in life, to be able to sit in my room for hours a day watching Watch Party. That is a great skill, man. Good job. It's not a spy movie. It's Cobra Kai. That could almost be a tagline. Got into kickboxing and find it cool. Yeah, people would definitely think kickboxing maybe has more practical value anyway. So some people really recommend kickboxing. Matthew 575. What did I miss? All the cool stuff, man. All the cool stuff. We compared Squid Game characters to Cobra Kai characters. Julie Pierce arrived in season 5 to keep returning characters balanced. I think maybe season 6. I can see Hawk saying something to Sam about breaking Miguel's heart because he made a comment about breaking hearts. Yeah, Tristan, I agree. I think overall I am interested to see the Hawk Samantha dynamic in season 4. So I think it'll be something to look forward to. Ethan, we did Sanghem Taekwondo. It was from the American Taekwondo Association. People may have opinions about that or not. I think it's the biggest sort of Taekwondo association in the United States. I think, single organization. Definitely does put a lot of emphasis. It's not just like sparring. There's a lot of emphasis on forms and sort of the artistic side of it, and doing moves at their full force, not necessarily for a street fight. But there was sparring, of course, in it as well. So, do you think Daniel would ever hire Johnny to sell cars or work as a mechanic? It'd make a good story enough for Louis. People have brought that up a few times. I just can't ever see Johnny even agreeing to it. So probably not, but it is fun to think if people like to imagine that. Robbie already knows Miyagi-Do, and if he learns strike first, he'll be evenly matched or better than Eagle Fang. Frog knows. You are right. Definitely everyone's getting cross-training here. The only people who won't have cross-training by the end of season 4 will be Tori and Samantha. But depending if Sam gets a little training from Johnny, so maybe she'll get some. We'll see. Watch Party fan page. Play hockey. Want to do in the NHL so you can do more contact. Go for it. Just, have fun. If anything, just have fun. The chat won't let you spell Anush's name. I don't understand why. Matthew, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I think it was a good one. And I may make one more. Robbie being morally evil is what society dreams as being evil, such as theft, or he had a free will of what he had done. Analytical studies, I'm still a little confused. Yes, he did do, he was stealing and such, involved with scams with his buddies, which, is wrong. Stealing is wrong. Louis is the most entertaining character. He's definitely up there. I love Louis and Anush. Anush is one of my favorite side characters. I actually told him that on Instagram Live, and I gotta get back to that. This image is so confusing. Which image, Cobra Kai World? Do you mean? Is that you? Are you talking about this one again? That image? Johnny doesn't have enough social skills to be a salesman. That could be. He's a little too off the cuff, so to speak, a little bit too blunt. What were the first few episodes' names for season 4? Well, season 4 is not out yet. I remember one episode name from season 3 that used to be leaked. It came out true. It was Little Miss Perfect. That is true. Now, can the chat tell Amethan, where did Little Miss Perfect, the episode title for episode 2 of season 3, where did that come from? Maybe the chat knows. Hawk did not like Sam visiting Miguel. Yeah, their dynamic will be funny. That is true. I agree with that. A lot more points scored with kicking instead of punching. We'll see. I'm Ethan, really interested in my Taekwondo training. I don't know if I had the full splits, but I was pretty flexible at the time. No, the other one. You were the garbage man in the break room. It's true. They were just, who was just talking about that? Oh, it must have been Brianna and Peter on Cobra Kai Companion. In the recent recap, they brought that back up. Terry won't physically fight anyone. Teach the kids. It's like how psychologically manipulate. That could absolutely be true. Oh, the one. Okay, yeah, I know the one in the fight where they're fighting in the dojo. The top shot. Yes, we don't know for sure what's going on there. Hello, Henry. Training Taekwondo yourself. Keep going at it. You know, train as much as you can. It's good for you. Henry, thank you for coming in. What are we talking about today? Well, we were talking about Squid Game characters, how they compare to Cobra Kai characters for a little fun. Let's see here. But we've gone an hour. I think we'll let it go from here. I think I'm going to get one more. Oh, no one has told him about Little Miss Perfect. Ethan, that theory actually came from me. I was reading the title off the script and I misread it. Little Miss Perfect. I later corrected myself from that to Nature versus Nurture. I did get the right title. Eventually, like April of last year or something. So I did get the right title. But the title was actually from me. So there's a little history for you. People thought it leaked. It was from me. It was a good guess. I still think it was a good guess. It makes sense in a way. And it kind of looked like it could be right, but it was wrong. It was Nature versus Nurture. But I fixed it. So I actually had the right theory before it came out. Okay, guys, thank you for coming in this week. I will be back next week. I'll try to get up something different for you when we come back next week. We'll see how it goes. And this was a lot of fun, as always. One more Squid Game video. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yes, it was a good guess. One more Squid Game video. Hopefully people will like it. We'll see how it goes. I just want to talk about it. So, thank you, everyone, coming in. Drop a like. How are you doing? I'm good. My voice gets tired after an hour. I'll be honest with you. So, but I will be back. You can always see me on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll see you guys around. Take care, everyone.